Hey everyone, this is Editing Frank. Just letting you know, in the upcoming segment, you'll be hearing an extra voice among the cast. That's Brian, friend of the show Brian, who will be featured in an upcoming episode. So if you're confused or curious, that's who that extra voice is. I also want to take the time to apologize for the late upload on this episode. I've been going through some health issues that were preventing me from finishing the edit, but clearly I'm okay now since the episode is up. So please, without further ado, enjoy the episode.
Last time on Strangers in the Alps, a slasher podcast.
I'm a double agent.
I don't know what we're doing.
Does anybody have any pudding?
We're gonna need a bigger cabin.
The Alp is splitting into two.
I need more time.
Oh my god, that's not a parachute, that's a knapsack.
The podcast is coming from inside the house.
Welcome back to part 2 of Scream 6. So we're going to start with a little rowdy ketchup. What do we do this week?
Wow, no intro song?
It's
Why do you have to remind
rowdy
them of
ketchup.
that?
A rowdy ketchup. It's a ketchup that gets rowdy. Okay.
Okay, well,
mustard.
first thing I have to say, for everyone that listened to last week's episode, when we were talking about Scream 6, I said something that wasn't true. So, Windsor College is located in Ohio.
What?
It is not in California. And that's it. Now we can move
Do you
on.
want to hear something even more out there for me? Until Scream 5, I think, I didn't even know
That
where it was in California. I assumed it was like back in the Midwest somewhere.
New Jersey
It does not
somewhere.
feel like a California city.
It's supposed to be Northern California.
Yeah,
I could have sworn that they said that Windsor College was in North
It's
Carolina.
Ohio.
What?
That's
Okay,
what I
whatever.
thought, so
Nobody
too.
cares.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna say
certainly not now.
Nope. One of our listeners pointed it out. So
Who?
really
Was
Yeah.
it Ibn? No, wait, he doesn't
He doesn't
listen.
listen. Ibn, I'll see you
And
tomorrow.
he doesn't listen to the podcast either.
Okay, what?
Wait, who was it? Your coworker?
Yeah, someone was like, Ohio.
Oh, did they say it like that too? Like,
Ohio?
excuse me?
No,
Ohio?
no. Please continue listening. I'm not making fun of you. Not talking to you. I'm
Insert
talking to
name
the.
here.
Okay.
This is like universal now. When you're on the tram, it's like, say hi to your driver. Driver's name.
It gets me every time.
It does. It's so cheesy, but I like it.
So, Sam, what did you do this week?
Worked, but then
Work.
Hello.
Work.
we went to watch Evil Dead. We meaning me and Travis and Jennifer, his girlfriend.
Yeah. I
Evil
also
Dead,
saw it.
Oh, Frank, you were there too. I
Yeah.
just didn't acknowledge you.
He
Sorry.
was the guy next
It's okay,
to you.
nobody does.
Were you there the same night they were there? Same
What
showing?
night was it?
We went on
Friday.
Friday.
Yes. Whatever you say, yes.
10:30.
That's the day that
That's-
was.
that's where we
10:30
went, yeah.
at Century City.
Yeah, in Dolby.
Was it packed?
It
Dole,
was.
Dole A and Dole C were full.
So then,
These aren't any
Ba-dum-bum.
funnier in person. I thought they would be.
You fast forward usually. You can't now.
That's a good observation, Brian.
So anyway, we sat. There were 2 seats next to me, taken by these 2 lovely men, and they were quite respectful. They were talking amongst themselves, saying each other, whatever. And then, movie starts. This is not a spoiler, but in the first 5 minutes, this girl gets her scalp ripped off.
Oh, fun.
Oh, you haven't seen it, have you?
No, I haven't.
Sorry.
But what happens in the movie?
And that's not making me want to see
No,
it.
that's what happened in the theater.
Yeah.
That's what I thought she was saying.
And then the guy
Girl
started.
gets her scalp ripped off.
So, and then the movie started, and then, so she gets her scalp ripped off, and this guy next to me goes, "Whoa!" And I'm like, "This is not
And
gonna
then-
go well.
and
This
then
is not
as-
gonna go well."
As things are going, he goes, no, oh my god, no.
He just ruined my fucking setup.
I'm sorry, because that's what the guy came in and ruined your experience.
Sam.
I've never been so fucking mad.
And then what did the friend
No,
say?
that's crazy,
What
'cause
did
you're
your
a
friend
woman.
say? What did the friend
That
say?
happens a lot.
No, it's fucking ruined now.
I'm sorry. I'll take my... Hold on.
So then, halfway through, I'm not going to explain what happened, but there are these, like, other gruesome scenes, and he's just, no, oh, no. And then he does this, like, 5 or 10 more times with each scene. And his friend suddenly goes, dude, it's just a movie. Calm down. And, like, I was leaning towards Jen because he was really loud. And after the movie, oh, your friend, your coworker went as well. And he was like, was that guy sitting next to you? And I'm like, yeah, I heard everything. He goes, yeah, we heard it too, because he was so loud that everybody else in the lane heard.
He must have never seen an Evil Dead movie.
No.
Or a horror movie
That's
in
why
general.
I kept looking. I was like, oh, man, Sam's going to hate me. I was like...
And I told him, it's fun fact, you're not wrong for this. I had asked him, do you want to go somewhere else? Let's not go into an AMC. You want to go to Alamo, whatever. He goes, no, it's fine. We can. He wanted to watch in Dolby. I'm like, that's totally fine. I think that's a great place to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
He said, do you want to go to Topanga or do you want to go to Century? I'm like, I'm not going to Topanga, especially at 10:30 at night.
They have a Dolby there?
Yes.
Yeah, they do. They
Oh,
have
shit.
all 3 of them.
Nice.
And I'm not going at 10:30 at Topanga because there's going to be like teenagers just yelling and being loud.
Mm-hmm.
So we picked Century, and then I ran
You
into.
get the one right next to you.
I get the one that has never
That's
seen a
what
horror
you
movie
get.
How old was the guy
Oh,
sitting
well
next
into
to you?
their 20s.
Yeah, like
well
grown.
into their 20s.
Grown.
Nice.
You know how I knew it was gonna not? You know how I knew something was wrong, Frank? Right
'Cause it was
when
an AMC?
no, because when it was starting, we're getting the Nicole Kidman. Everyone's happy. Right at the end, when she turns, it goes because here. And then when she said they are, like the audio just cut out.
Oh,
And
that was your
everyone
first
like,
sign.
Oh, that was the first sign. And then I don't know. And then
Everybody was booing.
well, that because then I was thinking, wait, is the actual movie gonna be
Yeah.
messed up? I was like,
Yeah.
I don't want. And then to be continued. We'll talk about what happened next week.
I will
two
just
Next week we're not doing
2
Evil
weeks.
Dead.
2 weeks.
I don't know.
in a few weeks. We'll figure
In
it
a
out.
few minutes.
I have not seen it yet. So I'm the outlier here. I still need to go see it. I
Just know
still need to
this.
drag myself to the theater.
Yeah.
See it
Take
twice.
Brian with you.
Brian, did you see it?
Handcuff myself to a seat.
I have not seen it yet.
You
Oh,
wanna-
you
do
will.
you want to go
Oh,
see
You
it
two are gonna
together?
go- you two are gonna go see it together.
Sounds like we got to see it.
Just know that
Great.
a girl's scalp gets ripped off.
Yes.
And then
I
the
heard.
movie starts.
Oh my
And then-
gosh!
Yeah.
Oh no, you didn't do that.
Oh, there was a promo thing they did. I think at the screening or something where they had actual like actors within the crowd, like the Deadites. Is that
Yeah,
what-
Dead
the Deadies.
Don't
Daddy.
say
And
that.
they would like, this guy came up and read from the book, and then all of the actors would like stand up, and then they would like.
Wait,
That's
wh-
pretty fucking
when
cool.
Was this?
It was at a screening.
Oh, so
A
the
screening.
cast of Evil Dead didn't thank you for coming to the movie?
No, they were
That would
too.
have been so cool.
Too
Thank you for
busy.
crawling to the movies.
happy to see you.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Thanks for coming.
But I
The
can't.
only thing I will say about my screening is that
Ghostface should do that.
when we were walking out, there was a guy, like a couple of people, like groups in front of me that like kind of obnoxiously loudly said, "Well, that was kind of mid-grade." I was like, "Shut the fuck
See,
up, sir! Get out of here!"
You got the horror movie version of 18
Yes.
layers of
Yes,
symbolism
yes,
from Beau is Afraid.
That was my first thought. I was like, "Oh God."
Did you go to Burbank?
No, I went to Porter Ranch.
Oh, I still haven't
Yeah.
been there. So you went
It's
to
nice.
I
You
like
went,
that one.
You went
Yeah.
to the Nicole Kidman theater then.
Yeah.
Were you in theater
Solid
8?
ground.
Were you in theater 8? Because that's where she did it.
Is it?
Wait, that's where they filmed
that-
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Is-
my
oh.
gosh.
Oh,
Oh.
Was that close
No.
to her house? Is
we
that
did
why
Dolby
they did
too
it?
No, she got paid millions of dollars, so that's
Oh
why
my
she traveled.
gosh.
for 15 minutes of work.
Yeah.
I
and
mean,
now,
let's be
curse
honest.
my life.
In 15 minutes, she could do like a great performance.
In 15
Let me
minutes.
tell you, they
oversell
spent
it?
more time putting makeup on her than they did
In,
shooting
probably
it.
in
did.
I
Damn.
can tell you that for
15
sure.
minutes,
Damn.
she's made more money than I've made in my entire life so far. In
Oh,
those 15 minutes.
For sure.
So
she makes
far.
more money by the time she has her first coffee than you've made in your entire life.
Well, let's not go there. I thought you were gonna be like, I would be like, because you can't afford a cup of coffee.
So, Frank,
Yes.
work?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else that I did. It's just work, really. Yeah.
I'm just in the middle of a remodel, house remodel.
Oh, yeah. How's this going?
So the cabin in the Alps den is still under construction, probably for another at least week.
Are they here every day?
No.
Oh.
Part of it is because there's things that once they sort of tore the walls out, they saw, oh, we need to get this, we need to order that. Oh, that's not right. So then they had to order some stuff.
The
so that kind
usual?
of held them back. Yeah, the usual. So that's where I'm at.
All right. Brian, what did you do?
That's not real rowdy, is it?
No, but it's okay.
No, the noises from the
Yeah.
construction.
Oh,
It gets rowdy about 7:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
What have you done?
I started a new job, and that's going well.
Where?
I work at a nonprofit therapy practice.
Oh, nice.
We're doing a big event at the end of next month, and I'm helping orchestrate the big conference. So,
Okay, cool. That's very cool. When did you start?
about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
crap.
Yeah.
Do you think any of us could benefit from this conference?
Huh.
By not going, you benefit the conference.
Yes,
And by you not being there.
I think it's always good to think about yourself introspectively. So, yeah, come on down.
All right, I'll be there.
We'll put the
you
link. We'll put
okay?
the link in the page. I'm just kidding. Link in
We'll
the
put
bio.
the link in the podcast file.
HTTP.
Yes.
Oh, I never started, but it has to be 10 minutes. This has been a rowdy catch-up.
Sure.
Okay, so now...
I mean, she died.
She died.
They-
You're dead.
So there's another mask left at the scene of the crime, and when they're getting interviewed in the morns, Detective Bailey, Quinn's father, is there, and he comes out and
very
he's
upset.
so bereft.
He's very upset. He's
Super sad.
weeping.
They took me off the case.
They took him off the case, and
But
now
I'll
he
help
wants
you.
revenge.
I'll help you
Because
any way
if
I
you
can.
kill-
we're
if
gonna
you-
kill that Ghostface.
Yeah, if you mess with my family,
You mess with me.
yeah,
Which
everything's
was
about
also
family.
that's a little bit of a we'll talk about
He's
later.
not lying.
He ain't lying. You mess with my family. You
If
mess
I'm
with
lying,
me.
I'm dying.
So Gail,
Gail
Gail.
shows up again.
yeah,
Gail.
this is where Gail gets the gets back in touch with them and says, "Hey, you guys are gonna want to see this."
Look what I found.
Look what-
But that whole part was so funny when Kirby was like, I looked through every single thing.
Yeah.
How did I miss this? He goes, well, that's you. I'm
Wait,
me.
what are we talking about?
when
they
they
went
find
to the theater?
museum.
Yeah. So
Okay, we're gonna talk
th-
about
is that where the okay? So before y'all say this, I feel like now I'm gonna get into an argument with Dan. So Gail
I'm not saying
takes
anything.
them to an abandoned.
You've said
Mute
enough.
him.
Gail takes them to an abandoned theater where they find a
Theater.
shrine that is devoted to
Ghostface.
all of the stabbings and ghost faces that have plagued the nation.
And all the victims, right?
Yeah. So they've got
yeah.
they've got all
Got all the knives. They
All
have
the
all
knives,
the
all
ghost
the
faces.
The
You said
TV
you weren't going to
Ghostfaces.
say anything.
about if they
They
get
have
into an
everything. They
argument.
have all the
The
oh,
TV.
well, not everything, but they do have a lot of incidental little things here and there. Like they've got Tatum's outfit. They have the
R.I.P.
bur-
Tatum.
They have the TV that killed Stu. They have
They have a lot of what you would call evidence.
yes, evidence and memorabilia.
Well, you don't understand. There are some cops that are bad and like money, so you
Yeah.
know they'll.
They pretty much wrote off that entire thing with one sentence.
Yeah,
But wait,
That we
there's
were
more.
forced
but
to
wait,
have
there's
to
the
accept.
more.
Yes, go ahead.
And then the curtains lift up, and you see a stage full of all of Ghostface.
All the
I thought-
costumes.
Is this
Oh,
like
I
a?
thought we were already there.
Is this like
No,
a
we're
play?
talking about walking up
I
to
was
it.
already there.
Dan,
Yeah.
is this like
Okay.
a play or something?
Okay, I'm sorry. I was already there.
I will say I get the incredulity of the idea. I think it's pretty fucking cool though.
I thought it
the
was
idea
cool.
that
Absolutely.
there's a shrine
And then
devoted
in the
to
middle,
Frank,
Oh
was
yeah,
I
Billy.
thought it-
Billy.
I
and
thought
then,
it was cool too.
Did you think it was cool?
A little bit.
Did you think it was cool? Dan, outside of the improbability of whether someone can get all of this evidence, what do you think about the idea of somebody being so obsessed with all this stuff that they have,
I thought
this.
I thought it was cool.
right? Like,
I mean, I like you. I'm not soulless when I watch movies. I mean, I did go, yeah, oh, and then I went, oh, what?
Yeah.
I mean,
You're like,
I
wait
just,
a second.
my brain is just,
Wait,
I
hold on,
operate on
cut.
such a level of logic. It's like, no. And then it was just written off on one sentence. Well, you know, you can buy off cops. Really?
Cut this part
In
off.
Woodsboro,
Cut this part off,
where
because I'm gonna
Dewey ran things? I don't think so.
I'm gonna jump the gun really quick.
actually, I would believe it if Dewey
But it
ran
makes,
it.
cut this out. It
Yes.
makes sense though, because at the end he's the one.
You're jumping.
That's why I said cut it out. But I'm
You
gonna
cut it out.
I knew you were
Who
gonna
are you
say.
talking to?
I'm gonna forget this. So it's like it makes
No,
sense
you're
because
right.
the detective.
No, it doesn't. It does.
It makes
Wow.
even less
it-
sense.
No, it makes even less
It makes
sense.
even less
No,
sense.
you know what makes even less sense is that nobody caught on to their
Because
identities.
you're talking about
That's what I was
you're
gonna go
talking
with.
about
Plot hole.
Hollywood.
That's
You're
what
talking about
Dave-
Woodsboro. You're talking about all
Frank,
these different
That's my one plot
locations.
hole.
He
That's
didn't
true.
take care of all those
No,
things.
there's-
and he had
there's
to just
two-
go,
there's
"Hey,
two plot holes.
You're
Woodsboro."
right. You're right. You're right.
Frank,
So I mean, yes, it's cool, and yes, it was a fun thing to go to this theater and then you see it all. No, I'm not gonna deny
it was a
I'm
little
not gonna
jigsaw.
deny that.
Have
that
you
was
been to
cool.
the
Jigsaw.
Death Museum?
Oh no, but I know. Yeah, they have all this.
I
Did
will
they
say,
also get it from Bad Cops?
No, I think that stuff. That's just what released from because
just
it's
kidding.
no longer evidence or whatever.
you know
I
what?
think that's where a lot of that stuff comes from.
You actually mentioned the whole Dewey thing. I think that makes it more believable that you could get some of this evidence from.
No,
Dewey was
too,
playing us all along. He was the mastermind.
Dewey was, if nothing else, he was forthright. If nothing else, he was.
Oh
you
no,
know,
I wouldn't say
he would
Dewey was the
never
one
sell that stuff.
sold it. I'm just saying like a department ran by Dewey where
mean,
where
maybe-
2 cops ran around a house trying to get a Ghostface while Sydney was dealing with it, and then he's like, "Oh, well, it happens anyway, guys."
Yeah.
You know,
Shit happens.
I could
Maybe his wife did.
I could believe I could believe that too.
We're fighting over the most randomest thing.
I know. Anyway, so they get there, and Sam
Sam.
starts getting the Force
oogly
Ghost
googlies.
Billy visions again, which I think are really cool.
I remember. So the last one, the 5th one, I mentioned that I didn't like Billy Loomis's appearance. I think it was just too like out there.
Yeah.
Or too much. With this one, I think they did it perfectly. With just that one
Once or
cute little
twice,
scene. Yeah.
Well, they already did it, so it's okay to do. You know what I mean? They already
Right. But they
established
didn't
it.
like
They
do a
popped
lot
that
of
cherry.
it. Yeah.
That's true.
They
Yeah.
popped it a bunch of times.
But
I don't know that I need her to be schizo. I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll
I-
talk
oh,
about
he's
that.
back.
We'll talk about that at the end
I
of the movie,
think
though.
so too.
We'll talk about that at the end.
Because I think so too. This one, it's like I feel like Scream 5 was more about Sam, and this one's a little more about
Not
Tara.
Sam.
It's a little more about Tara.
Yeah,
So,
I would say
really?
this
I
one's a
didn't-
little more equally about both of them.
Yeah, I
'cause-
didn't
Their
feel like it was-
relationship, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was more. Yeah, I
And
agree.
I will say, I had not issues, but I had a disconnect with Sam's actress in the 5th one. I did not
You and I
have
agreed,
that
yeah.
with this one at all. I thought
Yeah.
she was great.
Yeah.
I thought she did a great job in this movie.
Yeah.
And then she finally figured out what she wanted to do
Yeah.
with the character.
I think maybe
Or
not.
they wrote it better.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think maybe they figured out what
Yeah.
they wanted to do with the
I think,
character.
yeah, because the 5th one was like more of a setup to introduce the whole, I'm Loomis's daughter.
Yeah, because
With
I
this
can't
one.
imagine that an improvement of this level would happen within a year if it wasn't a problem that wasn't the actress.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But so they deal with this whole thing. They're like, okay, what are we gonna do next? So Gail goes back home and gets her first Ghostface call of the whole
Her
series.
apartment is so nice.
It is really nice.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of nice things in that apartment.
like in a
furniture,
It's like they live in
Food.
Manhattan.
a bookshelf,
a bookshelf
a man.
A
man.
big old brawny man. Not just a man, but
with lots of
brawny man.
muscles. I'm
big
sure that
old
will come in handy.
Muscle, brawny. Yeah, he didn't. Yeah,
He didn't do
Didn't really
He
have
had one line.
He didn't help
It's
much.
for you. It's the killer.
He
I
was
mean,
The
he did
killer
well.
in me
He
is
was an under 5. He was an under 5 and a half a scene. Probably got paid $500. But yes,
Nice.
go ahead.
Well, he gets to be a Ghostface kill. So that's what happens. He gets killed, and Gail gets a chase. You know, I feel like this was a send-off chase, though. I honestly don't see her coming back after this either.
Wait, we missed something.
I'm just so surprised she survived this movie.
Hold on.
Honestly, I
You
was
thought
like
they would-
when she got stabbed in the apartment. I was like,
You're like, she's a goner?
I was accepting of
Exactly.
what happened.
Hold on. We missed that one part where, like, hello. It was Sam and Tara. I forgot. Remind me.
Were they at the park? Is that the one?
Where they were like, oh crap, we need to go to Gail's house.
Yes.
What? Yeah, when they were tracking the phone.
Yeah,
was
they were.
that it?
Yeah, they were
Yes.
trying
Kirby.
to bait a call from a Ghostface.
Which was very much like. Was it
Randy.
two? Randy
Yes.
at the park.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of this movie was very much like.
Scream 6.
A lot
yeah.
of it was like Randy at the park.
Yeah.
But
I forgot what happened though.
That was a good one.
They steal Bailey's cruiser to make it to Gale's because with their call with Ghostface, he's like,
But they still get
That's
there
right.
at nighttime.
That's
Yeah,
right. They were
well,
trying
it's
to
New
track
York.
the call, so they baited Ghostface to call, and then they tracked it not at the park,
but at
But at
Gale's
Gale's
apartment.
house.
39th.
and they're like, "This address looks familiar."
Yeah. What?
Oh, it's Gale.
Yeah.
Gotta go. And then
But-
they turned on the sirens.
Yeah.
I did like though with Gail how like they kind of did the. She was like, "I'll call you back," and he's like, "Huh?"
Yeah. She clicked.
Yeah,
I like
she
when the
could.
veterans don't have time for this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and that's what I thought was cool. It's like, and then she called back. It's like, oh, she's doing it against him with the phone ring, and then she starts shooting.
That was a smart move. Yeah.
It was a smart move, yeah.
Yeah. I left. You won. And she's like, no, you're outside the door still. He's like, no, I'm gone. I give up. I give up. It was a very
Imagine-
scary movie.
Imagine if Ghostface sounds like Travis.
What is that supposed to mean?
That would be the best, wouldn't it?
No, just imagine. I'm trying to
I
do
What's
would
your
like.
laugh.
favorite scary movie?
I'll be like,
What do
oh,
let's play a game.
Hey,
wait. So your favorite movie is it Chopping Mall? Like I'd just be arguing. I'd be getting
What was that
frustrated.
third kill in Shopping Mall?
I don't sound like that. If I was the killer, I'd be like, I'll be like, I'm chasing you. But when I was along the way, I saw this guy down the street. It'd be forever. They'd be like, okay, get
If
to.
you
They
were
would
the-
be. They would be.
They would
long
chase
gone.
you, yeah.
By,
I
no,
was
by
gonna
the
say, if
time
you were
I get into the
Ghostface, I
house,
get in my car and drive to another state. You'd still be on the phone talking.
yeah, and I
You'd
would
have no idea what
I'd
was
call
going
you and
on.
be like, hey, yeah, you would be long gone by the time I get in.
That's what I
This
just
is true.
said, but that's okay.
Exactly. I'm proving
He
your
just
point.
said it louder. So Gail almost gets away, and you know what? Ghostface was kind of a dick. He's like, "Yeah, you've never been the leading lady, huh? That's too bad."
Yeah,
He's
that
so
wasn't
sassy.
nice.
No, but to be fair, I mean, she kind of was the lead in Scream 3. Scream 3 had very little Sydney, or very, very reduced Sydney. It was mostly about Gail and Dewey.
I
Yeah.
don't
Doing
want to get on Monica, but I just have to say something.
Random.
She just I always feel bad when I see actors who were really attractive people just kind of go into that I'm just going to
Plastic surgery.
Yeah, it's just
But she-
It's your Beverly
It-
D'Angelo
no.
again. Your Beverly D'Angelo.
Well, no, that wasn't good work. That's just this
But
it's just
I think Courtney Cox got fillers and then dissolved them.
what does
So
that mean?
Like she got like cheek fillers and all that stuff, and you can get it dissolved, like lip fillers and all that
But
stuff.
she kind of starting to look like Ghostface.
She was worse.
Do you know what I mean? Though she's getting that.
No,
she's
she
getting
was
that very
worse.
old, gaunty sort of.
I-
When was she worse? I'm sorry.
I think it could
A
be
few
worse.
years ago, but then she
Oh,
did get
really?
everything dissolved. So
Okay.
she was like, I
maybe
started to
because
not
I'm
look
watching her
like
on
myself.
the big screen.
Yeah, and you don't
There was
like
this-
her.
There was. I have told you I love Courtney Cox.
I don't know.
Remember
if we
he
go
said
back to the
no,
Scream
Sam,
episode.
Sam, he said he wants to get on her.
Ooh.
That's why I said okay. And you're like, why did you say that? I was like,
No, he said he didn't want
yeah,
to.
he didn't want to get on her.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't know. I feel the same way like those. What's her name? Who introduces the movies?
The other one. Oh,
It's the
Nicole
same-
Kidman.
It's the same thing.
Nicole
You're
Kidman.
looking, going, oh.
I think they look recognizable
just-
enough. They're definitely
Yeah.
not like terrible. It's not like
No,
You know
it's
who's
not
terrible?
like Beverly D'Angelo.
No,
where you
it's
don't
not
know
like
what
Meg
you're
Ryan.
looking at.
No, oh yeah, Meg
Right?
Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
I'm gonna
Okay.
Google
But
that.
speaking
I
of-
That's
don't.
bad work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Botched.
This
Speaking-
is not bad work. She didn't get bad work done.
No, but you
It's
can tell
just-
she got work done. That's
but
what
I
you're
would
trying to
like
say.
her to just go natural, man.
Yeah.
Just let yourself be
Yes,
who you
Travis.
Speaking
wow,
of
she looks
terrible,
different.
though,
Who?
Sam, you would have
Meg
loved
Ryan?
it. You would have
Oh,
loved
yeah,
this.
she looks different.
But I hated this.
Okay.
When I was in the movie, I was like, okay, the previews are ending. Here comes Nicole Kidman. The audience was completely silent.
Thank God.
There was no one cheering, no one at least doing. You know, I like it.
'Cause you were
I'm
at
not
Sunshine
yelling.
City.
What do you want them
I'm
to
not
do?
yelling.
It's not a
Oh,
live presentation.
No, you've never seen it done. If you go with like there's a full
Yeah.
audience, people are like clapping,
It's a cult
cheering.
following.
It's like Rocky Horror Picture Show. They're saying the lines along. I
And
mean,
it-
sometimes I'll do the applause at like during it. But no,
Sometimes you do
everyone.
it all the time, and then you hoot and holler.
But I
You
couldn't
do
because it
that?
was silent.
You
Huh?
do that?
Why are you judging me?
Why do you do that?
Because it's fun.
why are you the way that you are?
Why are you the way that
do you
you
throw
are?
rice up on the screen? Are you like at Rocky Horror Picture Show? What are you doing?
If he had rice,
I'm just
he
trying
would
to
do
have
it.
fun.
It's
I'm just
not
They
fun.
did it at
Hey,
my
hey,
screening.
I'm just trying to have fun with my friends.
The thing is,
I'm just
I always
going
go to
to-
movies at 10 a.m. and it's me and two other old people. We don't do that.
Well, you also don't remember where you are sometimes halfway through the
Damn.
movie.
Okay. All right.
Sometimes I go up to the bathroom
And you don't make it
I
back.
can't find my way
You
back
can't
to the
find
theater.
your way back.
Or I end up like in like the new SpongeBob SquarePants movie, and I'm going, this isn't a Scream movie.
What?
I don't.
That
I've never
happened?
seen. I haven't seen the newest SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
Well, you better get on
Well,
it.
it's
'cause
better than
pretty
Shopping Mall, I'll tell you that.
Anyways, I came
So-
home on Sunday from Las Vegas, and Chopping Mall was waiting for me at my front door.
Oh,
so
you're
then,
Vanilla?
are we in Act 3 yet? Or are we still in
Almost.
Act 2?
Pretty
So-
much.
Gail survives but is wheeled off.
They
She's
have
got
a
a
pulse.
pulse.
They have a pulse.
So they devise this plan. They're like, we're tired of this stuffs. They're going to go back to the theater. They're going to trap Ghostface in the theater and take him out, which is, at this point, you know,
A pretty good
expected.
idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It is expected. I like that these movies don't do that. We'll just leave, or, you know, they'll catch him. Their leads tend to be pretty proactive about,
Didn't they ask
let's just kill this guy.
Didn't they ask Detective Bailey to help him out?
Yeah, and he said he was stuck at
At
the
the
office.
office.
But I'll do what I can.
But yeah, I'll do what I can from here and meet you guys up. So Kirby sets up the trap, and when they get so they go by
Train.
because
Love that scene.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Detective Bailey
Train
said
scene's really well done.
be as public as you can with lots of people.
Oh, Subway.
But they also said, too, remember that the Ghostface costumes are now selling out
Oh,
at
yeah.
an incredible
'Cause
rate.
it's Halloween night.
Because it's Halloween night.
So they all go as a group, but they get
Except-
separated because the doors close on Mindy and Ethan. And Mindy suspects Ethan. She's like, I know who you are, Ghostface.
Yeah.
Stay away from me. So she gets on the train after. Huh?
I was an econ. You can ask 100 people. I was an econ.
So
My second favorite line is coming up in the entire movie.
Sam, Tara, Chad, and Danny are in one train. Mindy and Ethan are in the other.
Right.
Quinn is dead, remember, because she died earlier in the movie.
Because she fell.
And, yes, because she didn't fall. She
got
got
pushed.
she got
Stabbed.
pushed out a window
she got
and
shoved,
Whatever.
It was
she got
Valentine.
shoved through a door.
yeah, she
she's
got
dead.
Valentine, but
She
she's
got
dead
Valentine.
for
She's
sure.
dead.
So
Absolutely.
Dead.
100%.
Not
Dead.
coming back.
Because she's
Dead.
so
If
as
she was
they're-
in a mall,
But
she
I
would
will
be
tell
chopped.
you right now, without actually saying it out loud, I will tell you at this point in the movie, I had. No, I can't say it. Continue.
Did you
'Cause-
have any idea of anybody?
Absolutely.
Okay, I think
100%.
When we
I think-
get there,
Let me
you'll-
tell you,
the big red
I
flag.
wasn't wrong.
The big red flag, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, big red flag.
We'll wave that flag when we get to it.
So
But that subway scene was great. And,
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and just to, not to cut you off, but having spent many, many years in New York
How
City,
fucking
off
dare
and on
you.
in New York
How many times did you get stabbed in New York?
In New York City, the years and years I've been in New York City or come
Have you
and
been
gone,
there before?
Man, that scene where they close the doors and your friends are on one side and you didn't get on, that is a very real thing.
That happened to me.
Yes, it happens. It's happened to me more than
Yeah.
once. So I have no problem with that moment. In fact, when they were all crowded,
You were
I said,
like, "Been
somebody's
there."
going to be left out of this moment because
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
New
And
York,
just
baby.
looking at your friend outside
and then
as
you
you
see the
go, and
train
you're like,
going, and you're like, "I'll get the next one."
Yeah. For
Before
some,
Before
Cutesy.
cell
Yeah.
phones, you
Yeah.
couldn't even go stop
No.
at the next
well, you
stop.
don't even have
just like,
service. You wouldn't even. But Dan, the funny thing is that always happens to me for some reason. Always by
Oh,
accident.
it's always
I
you.
always get left behind. I don't know. It's really
Yeah,
we
weird.
that's not
we-
by
by
accident.
accident.
we
I
walk
will tell you.
faster.
Let me tell you a quickie on Subway.
quickie?
A quickie. So I
Don't
don't
say
know. Maybe
quickie in
maybe
Subway.
10 years ago, when my daughter first moved to New York, we helped her move in, and we all went to the Bronx to see a Yankees game, and we were all crowding on the subway, and we all crammed ourselves on except for Joni, who was still trying to get on. I grabbed her hand, and as she was coming in, and there was
Ooh.
no place to put her.
Yeah.
The doors were closing, and I just grabbed her and just yanked her, and she just crammed herself in.
Was it
and
like
that
a
door
bowling
just
ball?
got closed right
Was it
behind her butt? And it was just.
Was it like a bowling ball? Then she knocked down people. It was like
Oh
a
my
bowling ball.
god!
No.
I mean, it was like I can't visually just imagine faces crushed against faces and traveling to the Bronx.
Thank goodness that was pre-COVID.
Yeah, I
I
think
would've
that was
been-
pre-COVID.
that entire subway would have had
Yeah.
COVID. Okay, continue, Frank.
COVID
So sorry.
train
so
The COVID
This
train
summer.
don't stop till it gets to the Bronx.
next summer.
Directed by Michael Bay.
I would watch it.
No.
I
You
would watch
would, you would.
anything.
The COVID is coming from inside the train.
But so on the train, they realize there's a lot of people with Ghostface costumes.
Oh,
Or
Ghostface.
Ghostface costume.
Ghostface. Hello, guys. Welcome. My name is Ghostface.
Ghostface.
What's your
And-
favorite?
On
Right,
Mindy's
scary
train,
movie?
Chopping Mall.
Los Spookies.
My mo- Love the spookies.
Love the spookies.
But there's also Michael Myers.
Oh yeah, there's
Ready or Not.
There's Ready or Not. There's Michael Myers. There's a lot of nice
or
little
Not.
callbacks to other.
Yeah, it was when they were coming down the stairs. It wasn't
You
in the
haven't
train.
seen the movie,
I
so
didn't
you
know
have
there was
no idea what
costumes.
we're
That's what I didn't know.
I know you saw it 3 weeks ago, but it's there.
What movie?
There's
Ready or
a
Not?
Ready or Not
The
callback.
girl?
The Bride.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw that, but
he hasn't seen it because he's
Yeah.
never seen the
he
movie,
asked
so he doesn't
me
know.
where it was.
Can we move on with the movie, please?
Sorry, we're all judging Travis right now.
I am. I was
We
just staring
rarely
because I
judge
don't.
him.
I don't get
Never
how he
happened.
never saw Ready or Not. That is so up your alley. That is right
Well, he
in
didn't
your
see
wheelhouse.
Scream 5 in theaters either, so I mean,
He's failing at this point.
sorry. Travis is looking at me like
I
you
did
too.
see it though. No, Ready or
Never
no,
thought you would.
Okay, I have seen I think the first 15 minutes of Ready or Not, and then something happened. Like I had to go somewhere do something, and I just never.
Here's
Wow.
the problem I have with you. You have this thing where you start movies, you stop, and then like
Sometimes
I don't know how you can do that.
Sometimes
I have to sit through the whole
no,
entire
there's,
movie.
No, I do
Well,
too.
especially a movie like Ready or Not,
No.
because
Yeah.
the setup takes like literally 5 minutes.
Let us
and you're in.
finish, Travis.
Travis.
Okay, go on.
I'm saying I usually do. There's just very few, but they're big ones always. Like I'll sit through and
Well,
they're
that's
just
not
big
that's
ones.
not a
How
big
does
one.
that-
Ready
no,
or
I'm
Not's
saying,
not a big
no, I'm
movie.
saying like movies that
I
people.
mean, it was-
I mean, big
I
one as
loved
in
it.
people tell me like
say mid.
I'll sit through and
Yeah.
I'll watch all of like Leprechaun 16.
Yeah.
Oh my
but then like
gosh.
Ready or Not, you don't.
no, but what was that other one too? Sorry to change the subject, but the other one I remember Frank and I think Dan, you saw it too. Sam, everyone was telling me to watch it and I missed it. Like I think it was called like A Simple Favor.
What?
With Blake
What?
Lively?
Yeah, I heard that one was
Oh.
good too.
No,
Oh, yeah,
that
that one
one's
is good.
okay.
Blake
Oh.
Lively
I
and,
like
and
that.
what's her name?
She's very
Kendrick?
stylish.
No.
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you think
Anna
of Kate
Kendrick.
Mara?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. You're
I
right.
thought that one was
Who
pretty
was
good.
the husband?
I thought it was very
I
clever.
remember-
I thought
Henry Golding.
There you go.
Yeah, I remember
I thought
Frank.
it was very
yeah.
clever.
Yeah, that was
I
fun.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not great, but it was a clever movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I
at
thought it
the-
had a lot of good humor in it too. I thought Blake Lively
Yeah,
was
I
great.
do love
She
good
was just
humor
so-
lollipops. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, from the ice cream truck. You know, when I was a kid, my
Here we go.
parents told me that when the ice cream trucks played music,
So
it meant they were out of
Mindy
ice cream.
and Ethan are on the train,
Yeah, so they're on the second train.
and they notice that there's a couple of ghost faces, but one of them is staring at Mindy.
In both trains, no?
In both trains, but the ghost face in the first train are not paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
The ghost face in Mindy's train is staring at Mindy.
But also Mindy was trying to stay away from Ethan.
Yeah, so she starts moving back to the very end
still
of
seeing
the.
Ethan.
Yeah. Ethan's.
Not
So
paying
we're
attention, yeah.
We're
Yeah.
seeing Ethan,
Further and further away.
but we're also seeing Ghostface.
Yeah, in between.
But we're
the
still
two.
seeing Ethan.
Hmm.
But then we're still seeing Ghostface.
It
So
can't be
it can't
Ethan.
be him.
Not at all.
But the power keeps the lights keep going out.
and that's
That
my
was- I have
it
to
was
say
so
that-
good.
It was really good, but
The
it was
light?
it was weird because
loved it.
I've been on a lot of subways at night, and that
Yeah.
never happens.
That's what I've heard too. I think
that does not happen.
I
But
think in
it
the
was,
moment
it was
it's-
cool.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
get me wrong.
artistic license, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm
yeah, it's
all
fine.
fine with that.
Yeah.
No
yeah,
problem.
Yeah, and
It needed to happen. Let's put it that way.
I feel like in recent memory, it's the most effective that tool has been used. Like when movies do that, the lights go out, something's closer. Like it doesn't feel
It
as
jumps,
tense
yeah.
as it. Yeah, this felt like I was like,
Get closer.
closer. Oh, okay.
Mindy, gotta move.
Yeah.
But she was like at the
didn't
back
move.
of the train.
Yeah, she was at the back of the train,
Yeah, she had her
surrounded by
back
drunks.
against the car.
Surrounded by drunks who were like not paying attention and
Nope.
asleep. Perfect security right there.
Mm.
So eventually, obviously, the ghost face gets right up into her, covers her mouth, and stabs her
In the gut.
in the gut. And then
She falls.
she falls. I think he stabs her twice, right?
Yeah.
And then leaves
Right?
her. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
leaves her, walks away. Ethan comes up and is like, "What?
You got
Help.
stabbed?
You got
Help.
So we
stabbed."
immediately
Stabbed.
crossed Ethan off
Off
our
the
list.
list.
Yep.
How
of
did this
and
happen?
Ghostfaces.
Including Mindy. She's like, "What? It's not you? Damn it! I thought I was right
oh,
this
sorry,
time."
it's you, yeah.
And then what did she say? Best line in the movie.
Oh, she's like, "Fuck this
Fuck
franchise."
this franchise. I laughed out loud.
Yeah, that got a really good
I
reaction.
thought it was an absolutely hilarious line, and I felt exactly the same way.
So, the other group finally arrives at the theater, and they all get in. They're led in by Kirby, who is like, "Yeah, I got everything ready," So
And what made me think
then
it was
the phone
her,
call
they,
comes in.
Hold on, they kind of set it up where she was like, I have the gun. I'm the only one
Oh,
with
yeah.
it. Or was it the
Yeah.
lock?
It was the gun. I'm
Yeah,
the only
she's
one
like,
with a
she
badge.
has the
Yeah,
gun.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you get the phone call. The killer's is inside the house.
The detective called.
The
He
detec-
said,
yeah,
I just
Get
got
out
a
there
report.
now."
Oh,
She's
yeah.
not an FBI agent. She was fired
fired
from the
us
force
from the
last
force.
month.
2
Yeah.
months ago because she was unstable.
and obviously they're gonna believe Detective Bailey and
Because
not.
he's a detective.
Yeah, of course.
And not
Because
the
he was
FBI.
crying and weeping as he came down the alley after his daughter was killed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Because she
I
got
believe
pushed.
everything I see.
and to be fair, in the moment, I would also believe this because
Absolutely.
how
Oh,
are
yeah.
you going to double check that?
Yeah.
But just
It's not
before
the
that
only
call,
thing that wasn't double checked.
just before that, just before that call, basically, everybody kind of disperses. Chad and Tara have a little moment by the concessions, but Sam starts walking up to the Ghostface display
Sigh, yeah.
and gets a call from Force Ghost Billy, who's
daddy.
like, hey, how about you pick a weapon because you're probably going to need it. So she takes up his knife, and he's like, yeah, good choice. I like that one. That was a cool moment.
It's
I like
cool
that.
how Billy's so helpful now.
Yeah.
He was in the fifth one.
Yeah, very helpful.
Yeah, that's his
Very
daughter.
cool.
He's got to help her.
Yeah.
Use
yeah.
the knife, Sam.
You can
Okay.
be just like
Do
me.
it. Do it.
It's an
Do
heirloom.
it.
It's an
Do
heirloom
it.
at this point.
Yeah, it's family jewels.
Phoenix.
What?
Phoenix.
It's Phantom of the
I
Paradise.
know, unfortunately.
So,
It's carburetors.
Shut up.
Tara and Chad are having a little discussion. They kiss because there's been this romance
Sparkling.
Will
brewing.
they? Will they not?
Will they not? But
They won't.
Right. Right when that happens, a ghost face comes out. Blah, 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 blah. And just one.
Oh yeah.
Just one, and they went into a
But wait.
chase.
But wait.
One.
There's more.
Just one. So they kind of triple team this ghost face. Oh, that sounds gross. They kind of triple team this ghost face, and
Oh, that sounds gross.
they've got the upper hand. And Chad's like, "Run, I got it." And that's when another ghost face comes out,
There's two.
and I think stabs Tara.
Yeah.
And so Tara and Sam are like, let's get out of here. And Chad's like, go. And so they
I'll distract them.
Yeah, I'll distract them with my body. It's a
Ah.
pincushion now. So,
Spin cushion.
yeah. So
But-
Chad gets tag teamed.
Well,
And I never thought I would not want to watch this, but
The way.
the way he gets one arm. Each ghost face has one arm, and they're
Yeah,
both
they were going.
stabbing.
It was almost
turns.
No, it
Yeah.
reminded me too when two people are pushing like on a wheel cart. You know what I mean? That's totally what it felt like because it was so synced. It was whoop, 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 whoop.
It's a very-
like a wheel.
It's a very dramatic moment. He's got blood gushing out
Yeah.
of his mouth.
And you're like, he can't
He's
come
dead.
back
Yeah,
now.
no.
He dead.
Yeah, he
can't.
couldn't
Tara
possibly
gives out
But
survive
the one
that.
part I loved the most after the
I think
stabbing.
Is it the
Yup.
the synchronized
Oh,
wipe of the blade?
bloop.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was so perfect.
I was like, oh my gosh, I
There
actually
was-
like these ghost faces.
Right? There were several ooh in the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
liked it.
What I liked about that scene was like, when before it was revealed there was two of them. I liked how you kind of like, wait, what's happening? Is there two of them, or is this really quick?
Yeah.
I like that little trick.
Yeah,
No,
it was really
there's-
nice.
There's not just two of them, Sam.
There's
This
the thud.
this is the first time that they've shown two Ghostface on
At the
screen
same
at the
time.
same time
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
This movie had a lot of firsts.
It did. It
And
did.
it never felt like desperate firsts. It
Yeah.
was like, oh, it's about time we did
It
this.
was
Yeah,
cool.
it's a nice little update.
It was cool. I dug it.
Did
but-
you?
Did you dig it? I
Did
dig
you?
it.
Yeah. So go on.
So they chase the girls back onto the stage or into the audience area, and that's when we get our big reveal.
Who is it?
Kirby comes out, and she's got a gun, and she's all bloodied, and she's like, "Wait!" And then Detective Bailey comes out, and he's
Like,
like,
"Wait."
"It's you!"
And then she.
And then you're like, "Who do I believe? The one who's been beat the fuck up, or the detective that's
been
perfectly
introduced.
fine?"
And
Yeah.
then it's very Scooby Doo. No, it wasn't me. I got beat up and knocked out. And then I liked it when you find out he goes, "Of course it's me."
It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
Yeah.
You guys just revealed it. Okay, so reveal.
So
I think we're at reveal time.
there's a Mexican standoff.
He said who.
I can
Travis.
Sorry.
Trevis. And right when the tension boils to its biggest point, Detective Bailey shoots Kirby and is like, I got it. And then another Ghostface, well, one of the two Ghostface comes up behind Bailey, and you're like, no, he's gonna get it. And no, you don't, because there's been a big red flag this whole movie, and that's that one of the Ghostfaces is super extremely competent, like super highly trained competent, right?
Yes.
So-
yes, he was.
Huh?
All the Ghostfaces in the past have been like random
clumsy.
people, clumsy. One of
Slipping
the
on banana
Ghostfaces,
It's like
exactly.
has gone through like one of them is like gone through like Spec Ops training.
Yeah, you can and that was the biggest thing in that bodega scene. I was like, oh, it's got to be the cop, right?
Exactly.
It has to be.
Oh, I never thought
It's
of
the
that.
Virgin.
And then at the and then the whole thing with the shrine and having all the evidence. The simplest way to I guess
Yeah.
sweep it under the rug is like, of course one of them's a cop.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that it's entirely believable that someone can get all this evidence, but if one of them's a cop, it does raise the level of ease just a
Yeah.
smidge.
Frank, and like I was saying, you gotta suspend your disbelief a little bit.
Mike.
It's okay.
No.
You gotta suspend your disbelief a little bit, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It works. It checks out.
I think it checks out within the hand wavy rule
Yeah.
of the universe where
It wasn't just I got them all on eBay.
yeah, no, that would have been stupid. But anyway, you get a big reveal. The first one is Ethan. What? But he was in econ class.
100 people saw me.
And
What?
he helped.
And he
helped
helped,
Mindy.
he helped her in the
just a good
subway.
guy.
Can I also
he
say
can't be
too,
one.
A good
I-
guy.
severely, Dan, you're acting. You should check. Ethan was the most. I don't know the last time I've seen this much overacting in
From
my
Ethan?
life.
What do you mean?
In the final once he goes crazy, once he
Yeah,
gets
once he goes crazy.
cuckoo bananas.
Oh my
But
god.
I think in the
I don't remember that.
in the grand tradition of Scream movies,
Reveals? Yeah,
I
they all
feel like
go
they all
off the deep
become
end.
wacko.
You all go a little mad
As
sometimes.
soon as they get revealed, they all become like totally wacko. Like
Yeah.
the cop becomes
been-
wacko all of a sudden. Like
They've been
you were
composed for so
and
long.
now they're not
Let it go.
composed anymore.
they're unleashed.
So
They're unmasked.
I had the cop checked off for sure.
Yeah.
I kind of had Ethan checked off as well.
I think once Mindy was like, "It's not you," I was like, "Oh, so
Yes,
it's
it is.
clearly him."
I had him checked off, and of course I didn't have what's her name checked
Quinn.
off because I
Quinn.
thought
Wait, no,
she
she's
was
dead. She's dead.
So I was.
But we didn't
I
see
didn't
her die.
But I didn't have.
But she's dead.
I didn't have 3 checked off anyway. I thought there would be probably 2,
Two,
and
yeah,
those
at
were
most.
the 2 I figured.
Oh yeah, once
Were
once
it,
the
so I-
2 came behind Detective Bailey,
I feel like that's it.
not only that, but,
But no,
I
I
was like,
wasn't-
yes, finally
Is
we
the
get 3.
ringleader.
I
But the
wasn't.
audience was like, yes.
But I wasn't expecting it to be Quinn.
No, well,
So when
of
she
course not
pulls the
because she's
mask
dead.
off,
We
you
haven't
went, I
revealed that
went.
yet. We haven't revealed that yet.
I just did, and
He
So
wants
the
us to
third
be.
mask comes off, and who is it, Dan?
it's Quinn.
What? But she
What?
But
died.
you're dead. I saw you get thrown. I thought out a window and land on a
Hey.
garbage thing. That's what I thought who that was.
You're alive.
Too
Too bad you will die. All right, so
Hell
let's
just
go on.
happened.
It's
What?
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
My
It's
God,
the
we're
greatest
talking
line
about Scream
in cinema.
6, guys.
But anyway,
Reel it in.
Dan.
Reel it in. Yeah.
so the big reveal, it's Detective Bailey, who is not Detective Bailey. Well, actually, maybe he is.
He
I don't
is.
know. They don't really get into the
He is.
details.
That's true.
But
Who's
who is
dad? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
He's Richie's dad.
he? Not only that, he's also
Ethan's and
Ethan's dad
Quinn's.
and
Ethan's
Quinn's
dad and
dad.
Quinn's
Because
dead.
it's established earlier in the film that the reason why Quinn's dad is in New York is because one of her brother died. Quinn's brother died, so the dad was super overprotective, and that's why when she started to go to school in New York, he
moved there
got
too.
transferred. So he said, "Remember, you mess with my family." Well, Richie was family, and he died, so that's why now they all made up this rumor on Reddit about Sam. They're like, "Of course that's not true. We just wanted people to hate you." And
They're like, you know how
we're gonna-
easy it is
yeah.
to spread a rumor and
Yeah.
ruin someone's
Yeah,
reputation.
and now we're gonna kill you because you killed our son.
And brother,
Our
And-
yeah,
other brother,
the Sawyer,
clearly the more favored brother.
the Sawyer's family.
But,
I like him. He goes, "Do you know how much a father loves his first son?" And Ethan's like,
Okay.
"Okay."
Well, fuck me, I guess. But you get that reveal. You get the crazy cuckoo bananas stuff. And And this is another callback to Scream 2, where the killer in Scream 2 is the
Parent.
parent of a killer of
Apparently.
a previous killer.
Well, also it takes place in a theater.
oh yeah, and
in a
the ending takes
theater.
place in a theater.
And
It's called Parallels,
Yeah,
Dan.
and-
It's
well,
called an arc.
and you
this
had
is storytelling.
well, and you had to call back to the first Scream because Ethan's character, like, you find out he just super enjoys killing. So I think they were trying to make him like a Stu kind of character.
Yeah.
Because
I guess he would be more. Stu
well,
or
because
Mickey.
they totally make him a Stu too, because it's like, oh, I enjoy killing, which is what Stu did, and they repeat the line. He says it to Tara, but they change it when Ethan, when he stabs or when he's fighting with Tara, and he says, "Oh, I've always wanted to stick something inside you." It's when
Whoa.
yeah, he says that.
Yeah,
and
he
then,
does.
Yeah, and then remember in the first
That's
one,
not nice.
and then Stu says to Sydney in the first one, "Oh, I've always kind of like
Had a thing for you, Sid."
for you, Sid." And then they do the thing at the end too, where he gets the TV thrown at him in the head.
Okay, but so here's what happens. Kirby gains consciousness and manages to. Who does she shoot? Does she shoot? No, she just fires off a shot, right, and separates them.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah, I
And,
don't think she kills anybody.
No,
No.
well, she technically she does get that last kill on Ethan, but so Sam grabs a brick and uses it. No, she gives Tara a brick. They both have bricks, and they use those to like
House.
defend themselves.
They went upstairs, right?
Yeah. So she like breaks a whole bunch of Quinn's teeth, which was gross.
Oh yeah.
And then they separate. Detective Bailey's the one that gets shot. There we go.
yeah, but,
Yeah.
and I
Yes.
have feelings about that.
Okay, say it.
Okay.
Because I don't know, like it's like I said, it's just
Don't
me
have
being
too
picky.
many feelings,
No,
but-
Yeah.
it's where we're established, right, that like Bailey, like he had the shotgun and the bodega. He was super skilled. So remember, Sam has a gun, right, and Sam is gonna fire at Bailey, but she's out of bullets. And he clearly had a gun that we know had ammo. So how come when she throws her gun and goes charging, he throws his gun and goes charging at her? I just would have shot her.
So Detective Bailey gets shot by Kirby.
There we go.
They make their way up towards the balcony seating area of the theater, but Tara can't, climb up. She's losing strength, and Ethan's at the bottom, chomping at the bit, stabbing at her, or slashing
Like
at her
Jaws.
legs. Yeah, like Jaws. But Quinn runs up to the balcony from the stairs, and Tara does this callback to the opening where she told
You
Sam,
gotta let me go.
yeah, and Sam's like, okay, and gives her a knife and drops her.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
And then she lands on the knife.
She lands on
severs her entire spleen open.
She
and
lands
dies
on
a
one-
slow, bloody death.
And that's the end credits.
And
So
credits
I'm
roll.
Sam.
I'm here.
And then that bad song that Travis doesn't like starts playing
No,
again.
it's a different song
We're,
first.
we're not.
You
okay,
weren't even
so then,
listening to
so-
what we just
so
said.
So
Tara-
Tara was dangling.
She lands on the knife.
Yeah.
But she also gets a shot
knife.
with her knife. Where does it go?
Straight into Ethan's mouth.
So she stabs Ethan in the mouth, and she starts twisting it.
And what does she say?
She says, "You're gonna die a virgin, motherfucker." No,
That's
she doesn't
line.
say that, but yeah,
She should have, though.
yeah, she should.
Yippee-ki-yo, motherfucker.
That's my
she-
favorite
Yippee-ki-yay.
kill.
Yeah, she
Oh,
twists
God,
that.
why
That's
do you
not my
correct
favorite.
everything?
It's not my favorite kill, but it is one of my favorite kills.
But you know
in
what?
The
The way she was looking at him after, when she stabbed him.
oh yeah,
That was a great look.
yeah.
She was
Yeah,
like,
I kind of started thinking. I wonder if they're gonna do a little bit of Billy Loomis with her too. Like maybe give her a darker side. I don't think they will.
no, because that's not her
Well,
dad.
now, wait a minute. Let's keep talking. We
So-
still have another moment at the end
Oh,
of the
yeah.
movie.
And I really like this next kill. So, Quinn runs up the stairs, faces off against Sam, and this is the easiest, I think, one of the easiest Ghostface kills ever. Quinn, I forget what the exact, back and forth is. But Sam basically says, "Well, you're down another brother,"
Yeah.
and then shoots her in the forehead, and
my God.
down goes Quinn for
real
realsies
this
this time.
time.
Yes, and behind her is Detective Bailey, the one and only Ghostface left.
Do you put Bailey's in your coffee?
Oh yeah, we also forgot to mention this.
I don't like it.
I've never had
Forgot to mention this when we were talking about this because we're running a little long. Danny,
Danny boy.
the
Oh, yeah.
secret lover, is not allowed to be part of this finale because she can't trust him.
I like that.
I do. You know what? Yeah. And he's the one who was like, hey, don't trust anybody, not even me.
Which
is-
made me think it was him for just a tiny
Well,
bit.
yeah. But I will go into some of that right now.
And we
right
forgot
now.
we forgot a big one. Also, too, the reason why Jason and Greg were killed was because Bailey says, "Hey, we found out their plan was to kill Sam and Tara. We can't have that happen.
Yeah.
We want to be the ones that kill Sam and Tara." So they killed them.
Yeah, they interrupted a previous Scream 6 in progress.
Yes, which is interesting.
Which is weird because they could have killed Sam and Tara and they would have never been responsible for it.
But
they
they
wanna get the
wanted to because it's
satisfaction.
family.
Avenge.
Yeah. Well,
They wanted the satisfaction, yeah.
Didn't we also talk about too? And that's what I was thinking with the whole like Greg and Jason thing. Is didn't we talk about? I think in the original Scream 5, it was supposed to be something like that.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
The original
Like
Scream
college
5
years.
was supposed to be college years with Jill. Bad.
Right, that's
Ghostface
because
versus
she got
Ghostface.
away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's
And Nev Campbell had some kind of amnesia.
amnesia.
And then it
I
was.
can't remember
and then
what
it was
happened.
like them killing off. It was her killing off people that know the secrets. And
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what kind of like the whole Greg
But
and
then
Jason.
Wes Craven
Greg
died and none of that happened.
Well, I think they shelved it even before then because
It didn't
the
do well.
Wernsteins.
The Wormsteins.
The Wormsteins?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it
So,
didn't do well.
That is one thing I do like. Actually, no, it did decently. Scream 4 did
Well, it
decently.
didn't do as
Yeah.
well. Yeah, it wasn't enough to like
Well,
kickstart.
this movie's the biggest hit of all.
Yeah, which is
Started-
great because I
started
want
at
more
one-
Screaming.
Started at 150. It's done really
I think it's
well.
good. I think
Which
it's about
is-
to break 100. Did it break 100 million
It-
domestic?
It's worldwide. It's 149 as
Yeah.
of this morning. So I don't know where it's at. It probably has, I would think, or close to it.
Yeah, I think it
It's
already
done-
broke 150.
It's doing extremely well.
Deservedly so, I think. I mean,
We'll get to that when we start our scoring. But yeah,
okay, so where was I? Oh, so
Quinn. Yeah.
Detective Quinn dies. Detective Bailey and Sam are in a bit of a pickle. They both got
Kerfuffle.
guns pointed at each other like this.
wait.
that.
I'm doing
Who-
the gun thing.
Who has guns pointed at each other?
Detective Bailey and
Sam.
But Sam's out of bullets.
Oh,
and
no.
Oh, right.
I don't think they
He forgets he has a gun, basically.
Yeah, I will admit it's a dumb, like they don't point out, hey, I'm also out of bullets. They're just like, let's run after each other. I'll hand wave it away because I don't give a
They
shit.
do that. They do the end of the trailer charging at each
Yes.
other.
Yes, they do. And then they both get knocked off the balcony and fall to the floor.
He
Cut to
knocks
black.
out. Yeah.
He wakes up. Sam is gone.
But what else is gone?
Billy's costume from its display case.
Coincidentally. Yeah.
Coincidentally. So, he gets a call from a ghost face, and it's very clearly Sam. And he gets lured into the back of the back to the stage, and he gets ambushed by a ghost face, which is very clearly Sam.
Ghostface herself.
Ghostface herself, yes. She has taken up the mantle for which she was destined.
The heirloom.
And then she stabs the shit out of his arm.
She went full Richie
She
mode
went
again.
ham.
No, she went off.
She went further than
She
that.
went off on him, man.
Yeah.
He was not going to, as you suggested an hour ago, survive a multiple stabbing.
Yeah, no, this one was different.
This one was-
Yeah. I mean, he was still pretty, for most of that stabbing, he was still alive. But then he got one of the gnarliest kills, I think, in the movie. So he's pleading for his life. He's begging. And Sam's like, yeah, that's not me. She takes off the mask. Tara comes up. And Tara gives her this look when she's stabbing Bailey. She's like, what the fuck?
My sister's crazy.
Yeah.
But she
But-
gave that look as well the first time.
But then what
Yeah.
did she say? Nice.
Yeah, she says nice.
I'm not hip on those kind of moments where you suddenly got to throw like a light.
Yeah,
It's like the Marvel humor.
But Marvel doesn't have that kind of violence in it.
Well, I'm saying the like serious
So you
moment
can't
joke.
compare it. No.
I think it's pretty easy to
I
step
get what
over
you're saying, but
because it's one line.
Yeah.
But it does feel very like
Forced.
not forced, but it was very
cheesy.
like very calculated.
Exactly.
Like,
It felt-
yeah, this is the moment where
it-
the audience goes, yes.
felt very calculated to me.
Yeah. But she does give her this look that is like, you can go ahead. You can do it.
Yeah,
So
permission.
Sam stabs his eyeball.
Yes.
Yikes.
Yes. I thought that was a pretty cool death.
Yeah.
Cool death for a Ghostface. But then she lets him die. They come back off stage, and then you get the surprise like last
You
minute
get
scare.
the quiet moment where they're chatting and you know that someone else is going to appear because that is the absolute 100% rule of all these kind of movies.
So then Ethan comes running.
Yeah, and then he gets a TV pushed at him by Kirby, and he gets deaded for realsies.
Big Daddy. Deaded.
Yeah.
But
Imagine it was like one of these flat screen TVs. What do they weigh? About 3 pounds? They
Probably.
can bounce
I
off
could
of his
lift one
head.
of these with like one arm.
Yeah.
But we also said too, who was behind this whole creation of the museum? And
It was Richie.
it was
Right.
Bailey. Bailey did it for his son Richie
Well,
because
Richie had an obsession.
yeah, so he was like, I'm gonna do anything for my son. I
My
don't
favorite son.
I don't
Yeah.
understand these movies. I don't do it, but I'm
Ethan
gonna.
who?
And then apparently he made his own fan movies that are playing
was
in the
being played, yeah.
background.
Yeah. You know what? Something about that didn't it was kind of creepy, but at the same time, it was sort of relatable in a way. It was like, oh, I kind of not like that. I mean, like, it was very like,
I'm gonna leave Frank.
it was what's the word? Like, it kind of
Made sense.
made sense. Not just that, but it filled out Richie as a character in a way
Yeah.
because it kind of showed you this like it showed you YouTube videos of Richie going, "Hey guys, I didn't get this up, but sorry, but I got some." Like it felt very much like, oh, this is Richie before like falling down like a weird rabbit hole of
Well,
obsession
right.
and murder.
because
The origin story.
Yeah, it felt like a filling out of that character.
Because you
Yeah.
never got that. Because, like, the whole, like, I guess, red herring in Scream 5 was him, like, oh, I've never seen these movies. So I
Yeah.
was watching, so you never got to see that level of Richie being a fan ever until the very end. So in this one, it's like, oh, no. He was a huge fan.
Yeah.
Like you kind of see, like I agree, you kind of see these steps leading up to it. Like you see his movies being made, and then they even have the one towards the end where like the dad dies and everything. When Bailey dies, and then on the screen it says directed by Richie
Kirsch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it worked, especially as though with the whole twisted family dynamic. It felt like real enough that you would feel like, oh yeah, this family loved each other. They're fucking crazy, but I could see why
Family.
Detective
The
Bailey
Sawyer's
would.
family.
Yeah, but that's the end of the movie. You get
You never gotta do your thing, cuz.
Oh, wait
you
a
don't
minute.
get to do your thing, cuz. So
Wait a minute.
they leave the auditorium.
There we go.
Sam has Billy's mask with her.
There we go.
And it's kind of like a moment. I honestly thought she was going to take it with her, but she decides to leave it on the ground in the middle of the street.
Thank goodness, because I also felt the same way.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't want her to wear the mask, but I can see them leaning into that for like a 7 where like she's already got the killer instinct. I can
Yeah.
see them lean into it more
Her like
in a
I
sequel.
internal
think her
struggle.
inner turmoil
Yeah.
and her, like, whatever that is tearing up inside of her, they have to lean into that.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
they're going to go forward, they have to lean into that.
They set it up
cannot,
this much. Yeah.
they cannot let that go. Now, does she become a killer? No, I don't think that's
No.
where they're going. But I think, is she
Capable.
capable and a torn inside demons inside of her? Absolutely.
Well, that was the
Yeah.
whole first
That's
act.
what's going to make it interesting.
It was
Could be very
yeah.
it was almost the whole first act of the film. Was like her with this inner turmoil.
Yeah,
You know, they have to-
I think
Right.
I think she'll end up accepting it pretty not easily, but I think it'll feel natural when the time comes. I feel like she got closer in this movie than the last one.
But it's a very different kind of heroine from Neve Campbell. Pardon me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
This
she's
is
a final girl with an edge.
This is a final girl with a killer edge to her own killer edge.
Yeah.
It's in her genes, in other words.
I think
Yeah.
It's in her DNA.
the past movies have done this too, where they'll either reinterpret or adapt certain parts of failed Scream movies, and I feel like this is definitely the most obvious, I guess, readaptation of the ideas for Jill. And I kind of like that they do this. It makes this trilogy feel a little different.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think she's an interesting final girl. Definitely here more so than 5, but
I think she is absolutely a very interesting final girl. But I have a question. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, and it's kind of different too, Frank. Too, you were saying like, oh, like 100% brutal, not like Sydney, because you even had it where like Sydney would like, always end up killing them at the end, but it was always like, even with her half brother, she holds his hand at the end.
yeah, she's got
or
compassion.
something. But in this one, it's like, like she's debated because it's like, oh no, she enjoys killing them. So it's like, what's gonna happen?
No, Sydney was a final girl who was changing her careers every movie.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
She tried out acting for a while, therapy.
In a school play,
Yeah.
crisis counselor.
Absolutely.
book writer.
Now, here's my question. Not to get into a whole thing. And Sam's going, please don't get into a whole thing.
This is I think this is like our longest
How
episode.
would have this movie been different if Neve Campbell had signed on? This would have been a very different screenplay.
Screenplay.
From
Don't you think?
I think from
I mean, I don't want to get into a
context,
whole thing, but I mean,
You asked a big
Very
question.
loaded
It's gonna,
question.
yeah.
I asked him.
Answer
you're
in the
right.
com- gate.
This
Can,
is
can,
to
can
all
I
the
retract
fans.
that question
Yes,
and say
please.
no,
No,
I
Dan,
don't want to?
Dan,
No, not
this
anymore.
is to all the listeners. Comment. What do you think?
Yeah.
What
That's
do you
even
think?
better. Let's not have that conversation. Let's let our listeners comment, and then we will discuss at a future date.
zips. Okay, so Mindy shows up. She's on a lot of pills. She's on a lot of drugs, and she's like, I got it. It's Detective Bailey and Ethan. And and it's like, yeah, you got it right, but still wrong. It's also Quinn. She's like, what?
So
I thought that was cute,
That was
even though,
funny.
yes, she's probably like
Supposed to die.
supposed to be like at the hospital. She
Yeah.
got
Well, once she
stabbed
got-
pretty-
She's like,
One-
I keep missing this.
Once she was conscious and stuff, they said stable. They couldn't keep her there. She rushed out of the hospital.
Okay.
final
and
thoughts.
yeah,
Let's do
Chad's
it.
also
No,
alive.
Yeah, who else comes out? Chad.
Chad is alive.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, they're all
Chad's alive.
Everybody,
Yay.
She
everybody
takes off-
survived.
I think they mentioned that
Oh,
too,
yeah.
right? Doesn't Mindy go? Somebody is like, wow, a lot more of us survived.
Yeah.
Well, this is not
He
the
ne-
first time they've done this. They did it in a
No.
previous movie where they're all like
Yeah.
on stretchers everywhere, all still alive.
It's always like, oh, we got another alive one, and it's like they carry out like Gale. I think even Scream 2. But like, no, I agree. It's like, they take Chad out. He is very much, he needs his mask to breathe, but they take the mask off so they can kiss him. Like, you're killing him.
And then
He's
he was
gonna
like,
die.
I need
He's
my
gonna
oxygen.
die.
You're killing
he needs
me
his
here.
mask. He needs
Are
his
we?
oxygen.
Are
That's
we,
that's the end of it.
Are
Did you
we-
guys see the end credit?
Yeah.
Oh, did you
That's
see the
pretty
end
funny.
credit scene?
That's an
Yeah,
end
at the
credit.
very end when she says, "We don't always
Not
have to
every
have."
movie needs an end credit scene.
Why couldn't you just
Yeah.
let him say it? He
'Cause-
was saying it.
Okay.
Well, I would have said one part of the word wrong, and he would have corrected me. So it's just good that he just said it, just to save that moment. So can we do final thoughts? Are
Yeah.
we ready for that?
Can I go first? I'm so tired.
You go,
Yeah.
I tell you what, Sam, you go first. Then you can just sort of pack up
Thank
and
you.
leave.
I'll pack my mic.
Who's Mike?
Don't do this, Travis. I enjoyed this movie a lot. Like I said before, I was very hopeful because I really like Scream 5. I liked all the updates they did. I thought it went well. I think from the 6th one, I don't really even try to figure out who's the killer anymore. I just kind of let it be. So that makes it fun for me. So overall, I gave it 3.98. I forgot what material I had out of 5.
Interesting. That's an interesting item. I forgot what material I had. Fair.
Look it up.
That was quick.
Quick and easy.
Travis, or am I jumping?
I'll go.
in? Okay.
So I know I was getting a little argumentative with this one. A
What
little
part?
bit.
What part?
I disagree.
Yeah, I was.
I think you're an idiot. What are you talking about?
but subverting expectations. I like this movie. I
Not surprised.
so some okay.
I was actually
liked-
surprised at how much you criticized this movie, honestly.
Because I liked Act 1. I liked Act 2. I was
you
not
like
the
Act
biggest
3.
I wasn't the biggest fan of Act 3. I didn't come out of the film. I didn't come out of it saying, "Oh, I thought the ending was stupid. I didn't think the killers didn't make sense." I didn't think that. For me, I was just like, "You know what? The ending, whatever. Could have been better." I thought the opening, like I said, the opening had stuff we had never seen before. I thought the first act is absolutely fantastic in this film. There's just things that didn't click for me. Obviously, I was arguing with them. Another one, too, I cannot look past it, is they would have immediately known that Bailey was Richie's dad. There's absolutely no way. Him being a police detective, if he would have got assigned to the case, they would have done research on him, find out who he was. If there was a killer or, something happens, there's someone gets murdered, what's the first thing that happens? They go find the family. They investigate. They would have known who he was. They would have known the family. Kirby says, I've been following these people for years, all of them. She would have figured it out. That's one plot hole. To me, I found as a plot hole. I just couldn't look past. That was my and I'm not gonna bring up arguments again. I have my feelings about people not really dying, but yeah.
Okay, but you're wrong.
I know.
Wrong.
Okay, so what? But overall, like I said, I think it has a very strong first and second act. Strong first act. Second act is pretty good. Was not a fan of it didn't do it for me. So with that said, was it the worst Scream movie? Absolutely not. I have my official rankings. It's 1, 4, 2. No, hold on.
1, 4. No.
No,
2 cannot be the
I
third
have
best
my
Scream
rankings
movie.
right
It has
here.
to be the last Scream.
No, okay, my
2 and 3.
That's going to be the last Scream movie. The last Scream.
No, so my official rankings of Scream
I
films
would go
is
1, 4.
Okay, can I talk please?
Probably 5, 6.
One. My rankings are 1, 4, 2, 5, 6, 3.
Okay.
You're wrong, but okay.
That's just my opinion.
I don't mind you putting 3 at the end. I would put 3 at the end too.
And like I said, I thought the bodega scene was amazing. I liked the scene
Wait, what's the bodega scene?
with the shotgun with the cop when they're in the bodega. I thought this.
Why do you? It was a liquor store. Why are you calling it a bodega?
That's what they're called in New York.
Really?
Yeah, Mister, I've
Just
been
like
to New York.
Like I've never been to New York. I've never heard that term before.
Bless her.
But
And
I will.
how many times have you been to New York?
That's none of your business.
Yeah, never probably.
And
you're
I've
calling it
never
a
been on a
bodega.
plane. You've never been on a plane
Oh
before.
my God, Travis, please.
But I will.
Is that true?
Yeah, I will give this movie.
Oh my gosh!
I will give this
Damn.
movie
Sorry.
3.5 tasered testicles.
Nice.
That's a good
Out
one.
of 5.
Roasted nuts.
Frank, I'm gonna let you go last.
This is
Okay.
why Frank's gonna be like. This is why I give this a 5.
This is why you're all wrong.
This is because no. I respect. This is your series, and
It's mine.
you own it, and you deserve to close this thing up.
Yeah, Frank's idea was to do this whole mini-sodes leading up.
Yeah, let's not talk about the minisodes ever again.
I will say it's easy to. Well, I don't know about easy. It can be easy to nitpick.
It's
As we have-
expositive.
as
That's
we
what
have-
I was doing.
As we have done, as you did, as I did. It's easy to do that. It's easy to pick out things and go, well, that didn't make sense. Well, that. But to quote Brian, our friend Brian, who I went and saw the
You
movie
should come
with,
on the show one day.
he should. He's like, you just got to get on the ride and just let it happen.
It's a franchise now.
You
That's
know?
what-
Yeah, just
And-
air it out. Wait, what?
Just let it. Just do it, man. So that's what, for the most part, that's kind of what I did. There were a few little hiccups here and there where I went
Bumps on the road.
Wait a minute. Wait, whoa. But generally speaking, I thought the movie delivered, and I thought that as a sequel to 5, following the 5, I thought it did a for the most part a pretty good job. I'm not sure that I did like Act 1. I thought Act 3 was very screamy. I thought it was a very Scream kind of Act 3.
saw
a lot of
Scream
cream.
2.
I mean, Scream.
It had classic Scream elements to it.
So you're saying it's a remake of Scream 2?
There's only, again, the only parts and we've talked about this already, that I'm not crazy about are just the whole discussions about
Movies.
the movies.
Yeah.
I just find that to be so, like, I don't know. I don't want to get into it.
Overbearing.
Yeah, I just don't dig it. I don't know how to explain it. It kind of takes me out of it, quite frankly. And so that's my least favorite part. But I did have a good time. I did have fun watching it. And at the end, I was very Scream satisfied. And I've seen now 6 Scream movies inside about a month and a half. So
Round of applause.
thank you very much.
And Dan, you saw this one before I did.
Yes, I did. So I'm going to give this one 3.3. Don't go down that dark alley out of 5.
Nice.
You've got red on you.
Yes. So that's me. Frank,
Very nice.
tell us why we're all wrong and why this is a 5
We're
movie.
gonna have like Frank talking as like we're packing up. You know what I mean?
And on the first day.
How about some underscoring to go with this?
So this is
like-
why you're all wrong.
It's like in the talk shows
and
where they like
you're
fade
all
out.
heathens.
we
Um,
keep like
Uncultured swine.
You're
we
all
keep widening
uncultured
the shot.
heathens, and
You see like the audience, they're like shaking the hand and talking.
we go to like a little blackout. We still hear them talking. Go ahead, Frank.
and on the 6th day. So I generally love this series, so I can't really be overly critical of it. Unfortunately, luckily, I think the series does a lot of things right, so it's not that big a deal. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed it more than 5, which I think I might be the only one, but it was my Scream 2. You know how a lot of people appreciate Scream 2 more than Scream 1.
It was your trash.
Yeah, it's not trash.
I don't want to
It's not
interrupt, but
trash.
what the fuck are you talking
Yeah,
about?
there's a lot of people that
Scream
consider
1 is-
Scream 2 to be a
He said that
superior
he-
movie to the first one.
He watched
Listen to
Scream
our
2.
episode.
yeah.
Mister, I listen to all our episodes.
And
You
I
put
would
Scream 2 as the background.
yeah. I think Scream 6 is better than Scream 5.
Yeah, I agree with you
I
there.
appreciate
Absolutely.
it more. I think it does a lot of the things that Scream 2 wanted to do better. And it's a lot of firsts that I really wanted to see. 3 killers, opening kill that's a Ghostface. Well, not opening kill that's a Ghostface, but Ghostface on Ghostface action.
Yeah, and you see the
That sounds like porn, buddy.
that's
You know,
enough
you get
fun.
all
watch
ghost
that.
face on
And
That
ghost
now-
scene
face.
where they tag team
Yeah.
Chad.
And now we have
Ghostface on Ghostface.
now we have 5 cream.
On chat.
But and like I said too, I agree. A lot of first, you even get like the killer revealed right away.
Yeah, right away, which was cool. I already talking about this stuff. I liked a lot of it. I definitely think the kills are some of the most brutal that we've seen.
Oh yeah. Can you rank
Rank what?
your
Can we
movies?
not, honestly, rank
No,
kills?
I can't. I wouldn't be able to go through
Text
all the
me
kills
later.
right now.
Text
yeah,
me
yeah.
later.
We will be here till tomorrow morning.
Well, that
Can
sounds
we
like
not
that
do
sounds like a personal problem.
It's also my personal problem, and I want to go home.
Okay, we got to
So
wrap
these
this up.
are-
Sam wants to go home.
So these are the scores that we all gave this movie. Sam gave it a 5 out of 5. Travis gave it a 5 out of 5 as well. Dan gave it a 5 out of 5. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 6.
Wow, why so low?
You can't go to 6.
Huh? Yeah, because it's Scream 6.
Hey,
but
there
this,
he is.
hey,
He's back.
hey, but this Scream goes to 6.
This is Spinal
How
Tap.
are you oh.
So I gave it 4.5 out of 6. Force Ghost Billy's.
Are you saying you're breaking the rules that were pre-established that we can only go up to 5? Good
Well,
night, everyone.
I broke that rule.
And I think
For-
also, didn't you give it like a 500 1-to-1 score?
Last
You like,
week, Phantom of the
Probably.
Paradise.
You totally,
Phantom of
like-
the Paradise.
Pattern of the
like
Phantom of the Paradise? Yes.
Paddington of the Paradise.
Well,
I gave
Phantom
a,
of the Paradise
I
is perfect.
gave a
so.
5 on The Last of Us.
And you also gave it
And
on.
I have to tell you, I don't think there's any such thing as a perfect anything. So
No.
I gave it.
and
I gave Everything Everywhere a 6 out of 5.
You
Didn't
did.
you
This is
also? Didn't you also give a really high score for Battle Royale?
I
Was
did.
it like a 4.5
I
or
did.
something?
I did.
Surprisingly.
I thought
Have you
I
watched?
loved that
Have
movie.
you watched that unmedicated?
I have not, and I don't want to because I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
Medicated.
All right. Anyway,
He wants to preserve that
4
memory.
point.
4.5 out of 5 Force Ghost Billy's.
Also, now it's out of 5. No, it's out of 6.
No, out of 6. Shh, stop tricking me,
What
Sam.
does that mean?
Stop yelling at me.
Okay, so you know how in
So if it was out of 5, what would it be?
it would be the same. It would be 4.5.
It'd be
out of
3.5.
5.
It would be
Okay.
5.5.
Yeah.
So you're okay. That's fair. That's a fair score.
He's breaking the
Um,
rules.
I
I don't like it.
They were meant to be broken.
I gotta tell you though, I've seen all 6 of them as Sam. Actually, you'd seen some before me, so I saw all 6 of them in the last 2 months,
Yeah.
maybe 2-3 months. Gotta tell you, one
The best.
One is still the best for you?
One prevails for
Well,
sure.
Dan,
I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely prevails. I would consider Scream 1. That's to me. That's as the more I get away, further I get away from Scream 1. I don't mean compared to watching the other Screams, but just
No, yeah.
I really appreciate what a really inventive and well-executed
Well-crafted movie, yeah.
that Wes Craven did. And I actually do want to watch it again because I really can appreciate it, I think, even more.
you
But
want to
I-
have a stabathon?
no, I do not. I just want to say I just think that's a really good movie.
Nice. Really quick, ranking. 1,
Oh, I can do it. I can rank them. I mean,
1, 6, 4, 5, 3.
Okay.
No, 2, 3 and 2. Yeah.
Okay.
right, do it again. I'm sorry.
1, 6, 4, 5, 3, and 2.
So choose your least favorite.
Yeah.
So
The
I
more
would.
I get away from it, it's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
opposite of you with 1. It's like the more I get away from 2, the more I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't
that,
know.
It's
that
not
was
very
one.
this one.
That was one.
It's
that-
not as good, but it's better than 3.
The more you
I would
talk-
put it better than 3.
I think the thing that switches them for me is the entertainment aspect of
The,
it.
Okay,
the
that
more
makes
you
sense.
talk about it, don't talk about the movie. You'll like it even less.
I would go 1 for sure.
2, 3. I'm just kidding.
1, 4,
Wow.
5. 1, 4, 6, 5, 2, 3.
Oh, okay,
Really?
so very.
So 2
nice.
before 3?
No, 3, 2. I'm sorry. You're right. 3, 2. So it'd be 1, 4, 6, 5.
You put 4 before 6?
Yeah, I liked 4 a lot.
Damn.
Me
I liked,
too.
I thought
4 is
4
my second
actually, I
favorite
thought 4
one.
was really good.
4 is my
It's
second.
very lean,
To
so
me,
it's easy to like
me,
it.
4 was a big rebound for Wes Craven after 2 and 3. I thought it's not as good as 1,
Well,
but it's
and the-
definitely a rebound to me for me anyway from 2
What
and 3.
I think 5 has over
2
4.
to me is
Oh, sorry.
good. No, you're right.
What I think 5 has over 4 is I liked some of the characters better in 4, but I think that 5 was a better reboot than 4.
I didn't feel like 4 was a
What was
reboot.
3 again?
That's the problem with it.
Hollywood.
That's the problem.
Maybe.
No, I'm confused.
It was a
I
better
definitely
start.
felt like
well, not
5
reboot.
was
It was
a
a better
reboot.
start to a new trilogy. I mean, start to a new.
But we don't know because Wes Craven died, so we don't know what was actually going to happen.
Well, they wanted to bring. I mean, they're not just going to do one movie. It's like if they're going to
No,
do
I'm saying,
Scream-
but if Wes Craven had
Done his
lived
second
on
I get
trilogy.
it.
his
I
second
get it.
trilogy, we don't know what that would have become.
I get it.
Well, I think we kind of know what the concept might have been,
Yeah.
but
All right. So
What was your ranking, Sam?
Don't do that.
I'm eating my sandwich.
He's stabbing a sandwich.
1, 6, 5, 4, and then 3 and 2 both are my least favorite.
So
I can't.
they're equal.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh, so we got similar.
differentiate.
We got similar.
Yeah.
We all got similar kind of rankings.
Yeah, 1 being 1.
But
Yeah.
you like 5 and 6 over
And where do you
4.
put the series, Frank?
The series?
Don't do that.
No, it's
Above 1.
yes. No, I think honestly, the first 2 seasons of the series are probably above 3,
Dan,
maybe even above 2.
I
to be
won't-
honest,
I won't even bother watching.
Dan, if
No,
for
you don't need
whatever,
to.
we'll end it with this.
Will
Dan,
we?
if for whatever reason we don't, it's gonna happen when Scream 7 comes out. If for some reason we decide we're not gonna cover Scream 7 in the podcast, would you still? Because I don't
That's a
want
good
to say.
question.
I don't want to say if for some reason we're not doing this podcast anymore. I don't want to say that. For some reason we're not.
I think we still will be. There's rumor that they've already got a script and it's shooting in October. So.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've read that 7's happening
Yeah.
for
Well,
sure.
that's what. Well, I'm saying we're not doing this
So
podcast.
you're asking, will I go see Stream 7 whether there's a podcast or
Yeah,
not?
if you're not
Yeah, for
obligated
fun.
to.
Would you
If
watch
you're
it
not,
for
would you
fun?
watch it for
First
fun?
of all, we're going to have a podcast.
That's what I'm
going to go
saying.
on for years, and we're
Yeah.
going to
Please,
be.
sir.
That's what I said. If you're not
Right?
obligated.
No, I know. He's just setting it up, Travis.
You said, "Please,
I'm
sir, I
trying to-
don't want
I'm-
some more."
please,
Please,
sir.
may I have some more?
I don't want some more.
More?
Where's the exit?
I
Oh, damn.
yes, I would not probably go to the theater to see it, but I would watch it when it was streamable.
Eventually.
In like a
Yeah.
month.
No, I would watch
Begrudgingly.
it once it was. I would watch it once it would stream for
That's
sure.
fair.
And I might go to a theater and see it. I mean,
If you had a week-
if it,
week-
well,
a day
also,
off.
but if it got like good positive scores and stuff,
I
and
think
people,
you'd be curious about
and
it.
if you guys were saying, oh, I mean, I would probably ask you guys, what do you think?
True.
I mean, I've seen all of
Yeah.
them, so you know
Yeah.
I'm in on it.
You're
if you said, like, if
knees
Frank
deep.
said, oh yeah, you should see it, it's fun.
Yeah.
I would take that advice and go.
You go with Brian.
I would definitely go with. Well, I have to tell you because we're going to be doing Evil Dead Rises.
It's Evil Dead Rise, isn't
It's
it?
Evil
It's
Dead
Evil Dead
Rising.
Rise. I said it wrong the
Is it
first time.
Rises or Rise?
It's Rise.
Rise.
Evil Dead Rise.
Like a high
I'm
rise.
so sorry. Evil Dead Rise. I said to Brian, "Can you come with this movie with me?"
Well, we're renting on a theater, so you
oh,
should
we're
invite
gonna
Brian.
see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we're all
We
seeing it
are?
together.
Brian, you're invited to our
Announcement: we're gonna have
When? When are we going to see it?
when it comes out.
Whenever.
when
it comes
Travis,
out.
Travis can
Stop
tell you.
stalking.
Yeah.
Well, that will never happen.
I was just going to invite Brian, but he interrupted
Can
me.
I come along?
I'll think about it.
I love you
Bring
so
Joni.
much.
Bring
Oh,
Joni. She'll
It's
sit
fun
between
for-
you and Brian.
And Joni will bring the divorce papers with her.
Well, what
No, and then
did
you'll get-
Brian say to you when you said, "Can you come?"
He said, "Yeah, I'll go."
No, and then in the movie
Nice.
you'll get the
He's a sport.
He's a trooper.
you'll get Dan when you're
Tupa.
watching the movie. You'll hear Brian say, "Dan, let go of my hand. I'm not Joni."
So we are gonna get the our own private screening.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
sure. We were talking about Scream, but that was set in stone. But Evil Dead, once the trailer came out, we were like, we have
We're
to
gonna
rent
rent
a
out
theater.
theater.
I'm
And
in.
we
It's
thought
got
it
to
would,
be a communal experience.
and,
Yeah.
and we thought
But
it,
we cannot talk about it. When we
Well,
finish, we
no.
have to just go away.
no,
Yeah,
I thought it
like
would
the
be.
Well, we
Beatles.
can talk to Brian about it because he's
Yeah,
not gonna.
I-
Oh, maybe he should be on our podcast for that.
There we go. Yeah.
That's
I-
when we have
yeah.
Brian on because he'll
I-
see it with
Perfect.
us.
I thought it would be
We have
fun
an extra mic,
if
right?
that day
We have
He's
two.
not sharing my mic.
You can share the mic.
you're gonna share your popcorn
Two
with
men,
them,
one-
but not a
one
mic.
mic.
2 men, 1
Two.
mic.
I thought it would be fun
men
if.
and
One of them's named Mike. Wait, what?
I thought it would be fun if we like.
How far are we
When-
into this?
Like 3 hours in, I'm
We're at
tired.
2:42.
Holy
oh my
crap.
god, we're like this is like Endgame.
We're,
Alright.
Wait, we're close to
This
John
is
Wick
the season
runtime.
finale.
We're
Yes.
close to the John Wick run. I know. I was like, yeah, that's right.
This has actually been a lot of fun. I have to
Has
tell
it?
you, it was rowdy. We did argue.
Yeah.
I saw more argument between Frank
Yeah.
and Travis than I've ever seen.
The
And hey, we're
discussions-
closer to the John Wick runtime.
That was lively. And
Stab both of you.
Travis was throwing it tonight. He
Yeah,
was
he was.
John
shoveling it
Wick,
tonight.
like John Wick in that new John Wick movie, which we're actually getting close to that runtime.
Oh my! I've heard that.
All right, and hear us again.
Sam is
If we
stabbing
could-
the
I
table.
was.
Yeah. And hear us again. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, we'll
Like
be
us.
on there. Like us, subscribe,
Share.
tell your friends, break the
Review.
rules.
Tell your enemies.
When you establish your rules, break them. It doesn't matter. Tell your
He's bitter.
enemies.
Tell your favorite
he's
tropes.
mad.
All your tropes. What you think?
And Ibn, listen.
Ibn, what the heck, dude? Listen to our podcast.
So the
Okay,
rules
folks.
of a podcast, guys.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, and
Oh,
tune
sorry.
in next week
One more
for
Another
the
episode of
babysitter.
2017.
Baby, the
Yeah, we
2017. Because I went online to type in The Babysitter, and about 7 movies came up.
Yeah,
called
that's-
The
And ads.
Babysitter.
It's the most unique title in film, so
Ever in
obviously
history.
that.
Next week, The Babysitter.
Who are you?
Until then,
Who are we?
this is Strangers in the Alps, a slasher podcast. I'm Dan.
I'm the Travis franchise.
I'm packing up.
And I'm Quinn, and I'm definitely dead.
Out.
Funny, Jim doesn't always ask for a second cup of coffee.